My God, they do exist.
Alright, so we made it. Day one of practice out here. Just getting on the water, idling out. It's windy, cold. Just getting the electronics set up here. My plan today, it's cold and windy. I've never been here before. It's gonna be a long, boring day. I'm probably gonna scan most of the day just to get familiar with what kind of offshore stuff there is. I'm trying to look for like shell bars. Right here, this water's pretty nasty looking, but I'm also in the wind, so I'm gonna head over to Beauclair. We just launched in Dora, I think it is. But I'll make my way over there, do some scanning. We'll check in and hopefully find some spots to give a try. Well, we get to see the Dora Canal right off the get-go. Famous canal here connecting Dora to, I don't even know what the next lake is. It Eustis, or did I just launch in Eustis and I'm going to Dora? I have no idea. These aren't labeled. I know this is the Dora Canal and it's epically beautiful, so enjoy this montage of the Dora Canal. Well, it's getting dark, time to head back into day one practice. I would call it a success. I looked at a lot. I don't know, there's a lot more initial thoughts. There's a lot more grass offshore than I thought there'd be. And I think that, I'm seeing bait and stuff that I'm just struggling to find any hard bottom. So tomorrow I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna stick with it out here, just probably go to Harris. I've seen a lot of boats in here today. Everybody's scoping. Haven't seen a fish caught. I did have a bite. I had one bite. I had something roll on my lips. But I expected it to suck today, so we're gonna have different conditions later this week, so I'm more just kind of getting a feel for everything, which I'm slowly doing, so go back, get some dinner, get some sleep. Good news is we get to try again tomorrow. Alright, day 2 practice. Launch on Harris chain. I think I'm going to spend probably the majority of the day here. It's hard not to go do something else right now, but I know I got to stick with this offshore deal. Water's cold and dirty yesterday. I don't expect to get a lot of bites again today, so I really got to trust my electronics. Keep my butt in the seat and scan till I see stuff. I spent a lot of time yesterday like, yeah, that looks kind of good, that looks kind of good. Sometimes you gotta test it out just to see if it's the thing or not. But today I'm gonna probably focus on more just obvious stuff. I don't really like fishing obvious stuff for like necessarily tournament, but it's sometimes a good indicator of how fish are setting up on things. So, you know, community holes are community holes for a reason, because there's fish there, and although they usually are pretty tough to pan out during a tournament, it's still a good way to figure out, like if you've got a big community bar that's just super obvious on the map, you know there's fish going to be there. Well, those fish are going to be there, and maybe not be able to get them by, but I'll be able to see them on scope, at least see how they're orienting. My expectation is the bigger females are going to be off kind of the deeper end. Water clarity looks actually pretty good in this lake right now. But I'm going to go scan around, kind of see where the weeds end, and look for hard spots. And probably just, it's cold again today, 51-degree water. So I'm probably going to spend the first couple hours staring at my hummingbirds. Check back later.
Don't let it go. Chasing a dream. What you do. Don't let it go. Chasing a dream. What you do.
Alright, that's a wrap on day 2 practice. Still haven't caught a fish. This is the first time I think I've ever gone 2 days and not caught a bass. I did have a couple like bites, but yeah, I'm gonna have to try something different tomorrow. Probably get back to the house tonight and yeah, just get up shallow, see if I can generate some bites flipping or something. I was just on my way back in Harris here, and I did find a big flat that's covered in some pretty good hydrilla. I only got to fish it for about 15 minutes. That might be something. I think tomorrow I'm gonna leave a good hour or two to try to break this down. It's huge, but it's one of those spots that is large, and you know, you might be able to do for multiple days. I was actually coming to flip this bank up here because it's a north side, going to be out of the wind, protected, and yeah, I came across this huge flat of hydrilla. And I haven't seen any all day, like all day. So it's not like the lake's full of this, but I got to figure out how they're positioned in here, and it's massive. So just kind of take a test, see how long it takes to get a bite, if I can get a bite. I mean, a little bit of time I was in here, I could see a bunch of bait and everything in here. So that's a good sign. Kind of promising, but man, so far this has just sucked. You can't win in practice, so I got one more day to find something. Whew, gonna go back, lick my wounds, try again in a while. Peace out. All right, heading to the lake. Last day of practice, day 3. Haven't caught a fish yet. I'm not sure the last time that's happened, but yeah, I think what I want to do, I just can't make work. I can't force things to happen. So today we're gonna cover water as efficiently as I can. I mean, it's still cold for Florida terms, so I'd assume I probably need to slow down as well. So I'm gonna try to be a little more methodical, still cover water, but intentionally, just to try to figure out how to get a bite, get a clue. I don't necessarily need to find like the winning spot, but so I think we're gonna scan a little bit more in Harris on that big hydrilla mat. Probably look around this morning, see if there's any, you know, try to find holes, hard spots in that grass mat, little key stretches to try out, and then head over to Eustis, probably fish some canals today. The canals are just going to be super crowded during the tournament. They're going to get, it's going to be hard to do, it's going to be hard to do after 3 days in a row, but this cold weather just has this fish on the main lake like locked down, not eating. Speaking of that, I'm hungry. I want some breakfast, some coffee. Not sure what to think yet. All I know is it's tough. It's going to be lightweight to make the cut. I bet 12 or 13 pounds a day. There's still going to be people jacking. There always is. Especially somebody who's maybe figured out like a kilo stretch to scope where they've moved out. But I don't know, I've seen some fish on scope, and they are, I mean, I've seen videos of these Florida fish when they don't want to eat. Yeah, it's, whew, they don't eat. They don't. They just sit there. They don't even react to the bait. Like a lot of times, like they'll at least like look up. Like I have had one fish follow my bait, and it did hit it. It did hit my rattle trap. I watched it eat it. I know it actually attacked it, and that's on a weed bed that we should probably check again today because it's just laid out too right. And that's what I'm looking for, is spots that are laid out right, that I know they're there. I mean, one bite or a couple bites would be great to get the confidence, but I gotta at least have a game plan for tomorrow. And I don't think just flipping aimlessly down the lake, or, you know, going to random canals, maybe going to canals, but I think the canal deal is gonna be later. It's so cold. That water's, here's the thing. I wanted to avoid the canals, but it's so cold the canals are going to warm up faster, I think, in my opinion. I am as far from a Florida expert as you can get. Hey, do you have any water? Can I have a bottle? I have a whole case in my truck, and I threw my food in here this morning, but I didn't throw any freaking water. I figured at some point in time I'd see like a marina store or something, but that's yet to happen. Make sure I don't run into your boat here. All good. Thanks, brother.
You have a good rest of your day.
You too, man.
I'm gonna try my best.
I don't know why they're not here on these freaking chunks of grass. Ah, so good. Well, the bottom feels right here. Nice and hard. It's on a nice round point. Perfect stopping spot for everything heading back to spawn in there and there. Kind of a secondary, just round point here, so. I don't know why they wouldn't be here. How's it going?
Want me to tell you where they're at?
You can't. I got no information rule. I can't.
You don't want me to tell you?
Nope. Can't.
Breaks the rules?
Yeah, it's a strict rule.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
I appreciate it though, but no thank you.
But can I give you a hint?
No sir.
Man, that's pretty cool. You guys called me.
Trust me, I'd love to know where some fish are, but no, we can't. Nice place you got there though. Well, that's a wrap on practice. I really don't know what to say. What a terrible start to the year. The tournament hasn't happened yet, so obviously anything can go down. But from a practice standpoint, I didn't get a single clue. One bite, one fish would have been great just to have an idea of what to go. Like, it's going to be a grinder tournament. There's been a couple guys that found them, I'm sure. Grouped up somewhere offshore. That's what I was looking for. Never happened. I just don't know. I'll do some recollecting tonight and get a game plan together for tomorrow. So. Oh my God, they do exist. So I got about 20 minutes left, day 3. Gotta show you all this. Day 3, we finally caught one. Not even a keeper, but oh my gosh, I've never been so excited on a 10-inch fish in my life before. Oh man. Well, I made one more stop. There was a little bit more light left on this offshore hydrilla weed bed here. Like everything I've been fishing all week, and I finally caught one. It was like a 10-incher, but I didn't blink today. I caught one 10-incher. So from the last time I just talked about 5 minutes ago, and I was like, I didn't catch anything, don't know what to do. That gave me a clue, I think. It was a little male, but it was freezing. But I moved up a little bit onto the weed flat. I've been kind of staying out there on the deeper edge, and what I noticed was the grass kind of got thinner as we got closer to this kissimmee grass, and that fish was like down in there. And I know that's one little 10-incher, but everything's a clue, and I think that might be a clue to give me a little bit more confidence in dragging that worm around down there. So, whoa. Biggins, on biggins, old bigs and big 10-inchers. But I'll gladly take 5 12-inchers right now. So it's a sign, whatever. We'll find out Friday. All right, so just got done with the pre-tournament meeting back at the VRBO, getting ready to get everything rigged up. One of the new things this year for the pro circuit is the 3-hour rule in forward-facing sonar. And the way they're gonna police that or make sure that we only use it 3 hours is this nifty little thing. So I still gotta kind of figure it out, but generally you unplug your live scope or whatever you got in this like lock box, what they call here. You put it inside there and it's got a timer. So tonight, right now, I got to put this in my boat, unplug my Mega Live and my Garmin, and put it in here, lock it up. It'll reset overnight. And from there, basically I can, at any point in time during the tournament, I can open this up and use my scope for 3 hours. And I have to, by the end of that 3 hours, have the plugs back in here. And so, yeah. It's kind of cool. The way my boat is rigged up, I can put this in my rod locker so I don't have to have it like hanging out or anything. But anyway, yeah, so we get these out on boat number 73. I'm gonna put this on tonight, and when I open it tomorrow, a timer will start for 3 hours,
And then when my 3 hours is up, I gotta have my plugs back in here and it'll say okay. And I can't open it again. And then we go through a boat check after weigh-in and they make sure that it says okay, because if it doesn't say okay, it means you opened it up again and you potentially could have used your scope. So it's just a hard and fast, strict. We go through check in the morning to make sure this is set up and locked. And then I think it's the L or whatever they're looking for. But yeah, we can't change that. So we have to have it on tonight. I'm gonna go do that right now. I'm not even sure I'm gonna unlock it tomorrow, the way the practice has gone. But yeah, so go install this. Got to get our live camera mounted on the seat pedestal we got. Yeah, we came away with all kinds of stuff here. So we got this guy here and a big mount wherever that went. I got to put on my boat seat. That's how they also, since there's no co-anglers in the pro circuit, that's a live camera feed that they can watch all day, and I'm sure go back, review footage if they need to, anything like that. So we have to have that mounted in the back, fully visible, just to help prevent or clarify anything. And then the third thing is the Bubba scale. Everybody knows what a Bubba scale is, but I believe this is new. I don't think this is how it was last year. I think it was always optional, but maybe not. I don't know. But one thing is, you got the live leaderboard on Major League Fishing. That is synced to our phones and synced to Major League, so it's live. We have to wear a fish on there. So when you're watching the live leaderboard, that's going to be really accurate weights. Before, I think some of it was maybe self-reported or something like that, and there might have been some sandbagging, or it was kind of like, yeah. So yeah, this is going to be accurate. So I'm gonna go put this on my boat, start rigging some rods. And so this is my Mega Live. So that feeds my Mega Live into that system. And then I don't really know. I don't think it really matters. Do I do the power? Let's do the power. Then I'm not wasting energy. Okay, so these two need to go in this box. Of course, I zip tied that in there. Okay, so see if I can do this one-handed. We open this up. So tomorrow, that's what would happen, is this timer starts. If you can see that, it's counting now. That would go to 3 hours. And then I need to have these back in by the end of that 3 hours. All right, let's try it. So this guy, this is gonna be tight. Okay, that goes like that. That goes like that. And then lock it. Okay, those don't come out. Those are locked in. Okay, so, and that guy is just gonna ride along there. Stays in, okay. So they keep an eye on us all day. Oh my gosh, what a long bolt. I put it on upside down. I didn't realize there was one side. Why not just put it on here twice? So it goes this way. Solar powered. Battery. 20 minutes later. Say hi, Kevin. All right, charge this. Well, that's a wrap on practice for Harris Chain. Oof, is it gonna be a rough one. I spent 3 days, dark to dark on the water, and I caught one 12-inch fish, which it almost was none. I mean, I caught at the end of the day, the last day, so holy smokes. In my fishing career, I've never spent 3 days on a lake and had that rough of a time. It's just record lows at Florida. These fish have never seen water this cold. They don't know what to do. They're in like survival mode. I'm sure somebody's gonna whack them. They always do, but we might see some record low check weights here. It's hard to even say if I eliminated any water. My approach to practice was I really wanted to catch them offshore. I spent the first 2 days mostly scanning, really trying to find a school, knowing that this cold weather really haven't shut down. So I really wanted to find like a place to settle down and like spend the day, because I knew it was going to be tough. So I spent the first days mainly looking for that, and I never found anything. I found a couple spots that I might hit tomorrow, just because they're laid out right, but it's still going to be cold tomorrow, so I don't really know. I think that fish at the end of the day of the last day of practice, even though it was an itty bitty one, was an indication. So I've been kind of looking for like the deeper weed lines. Like I'm really trying to find them staging. Like I've been in a few of these canals, and they're gonna, like with Griffin being off limits, this is gonna fish small, and there's not a lot of canals. There's not much room in there. The pressure is gonna really get to it. I realize it's cold. And I just don't know if that's what that's going to do. They're going to warm up faster, but it's not like we have a hot day during the tournament that's going to warm that water up. Now, if we were getting 80 and sunny, it might be a different story. Then, the warm water is going to be key. And those shallow canals will warm up faster. And those fish will turn on more, in my opinion. This is all guessing, but I think that's what will happen. But anyway, that last one, I moved up further on the grass flat. And my theory is that I was looking around the right stuff. I was like either a little too far in or a little too far out. And usually you don't fish the middle of a grass flat, or, they might like position. I think these fish are buried. I think they're in the thickest part of the hydrilla or whatever it is. I mean, they don't know what to do. They're buried in the mud. They're out swimming a lot of land, they're not eating. So I slowed down, I moved up a little bit and caught a little 12-incher. And we're gonna find out. I have nothing else to go off of. I've had some tough practices. You can't win in practice, and that's okay. But you gotta kind of have a plan of what to do. So we'll see you on the next one. Day 1 of Harris Chain Major League Fishing Pro Circuit. And I might blink my very first pro tournament.